Hey guys, I wanted to do a video today related to Casper. This won't be a fun one. I just want to apologize to every single person out there for ever sharing Casper information for years. I feel like a complete idiot. I believe the CEO at face value. I know I've played a lot of these clips of him showing his confidence in Casper Network, how Prove AI will launch on Casper Network with a SaaS fee, talking about Condor, all these things. I believed it at face value, and I'm sorry. And unfortunately, things have already happened. I know that an apology from me doesn't make a difference, but I just want to apologize. I'm going to be ranting about this for Casper, so if you're one of those people that don't like when I discuss how I'm feeling or I'm being overly emotional, please click a different video. So we're going to start this off playing some clips from Rant, the CEO of CasperLabs, which is now Prove AI. I never thought in a million years they would ditch their chain Casper Network when he's preached so highly of it, specifically in Telegram, YouTube interviews, conferences, etc.
Hi, I'm Renal Manohar from CasperLabs. I'm happy to give you an update from Paris, France. I'm at the RAISE event, which is primarily focused around artificial intelligence. Really excited to be here. Just wanted to give you a little update about the event. Myself and Shyam Nagarajan, who's the global head for IBM Consulting on AI governance, just spoke at a panel on unleashing AI governance, and reception was really, really good. In recent polling that IBM has done, 87% of companies want to ensure that they have more trust in their underlying AI systems. And that's where the Casper blockchain as a trust layer is an extremely strong augmentation to these kinds of capabilities. As a result, the vision for Casper Labs and the Casper network was always to find really, really interesting enterprise use cases. And we're really happy that, one of the first products that we're going to create in a SaaS manner is going to be an AI governance product that we're co-building with IBM.
So this is from the CEO this year, and so much for his vision of Casper Labs and Casper Network working together for enterprise use cases.
We had about 24 companies sign up for our beta program off of the Gartner webinar. Actually, about 100 signed up. We qualified about 75 out because, they were either a Gmail address or, not a real corporate or something like that. So effectively, there's no change at all in how Casper or CSPR is consumed, right? We're just giving the choice, do you want to pay it in fiat or do you want to acquire the CSPR yourself? CSPR will still be used to pay for the gas, even in a, refund it all model, which increases demand for it. It's, think about it as an AWS credit. But actually giving people the opportunity to pay for it in fiat upfront actually really, really expands the potential usage of the underlying public network. I think people have this misconception that because we're selling it as a SaaS product, that means it doesn't affect the public network. That's absolutely untrue. CSPR is still used for gas. It's still used to drive the network. It's just, how do we charge the company? Do we ask them to take CSPR or pay us a SaaS fee?
Next up, here's a clip from another interview this year of the CEO of Casper Labs, which is now Prove AI, basically just saying that they are an embedded service within IBM, and discussing the public Casper network and how it will require the Casper token for any gas fees. And also saying something along the lines that there could be a bunch of transactions. So just listen to this. And apparently there's not a bunch of transactions because they showed Grayscale AI on Casper Network on CSPR.live as the first design partner. And as they do that and they show a batch of uploaded transactions, they don't even launch it on Casper.
So let me get very specific on that. What I mean by the answer is yes is we have a bunch of agreements signed with IBM, both for joint marketing efforts, as well as to be an embedded service within IBM. Now, that means that at least all the, call it, legal foundation has been set for us to go after this market together. How exactly that turns out in terms of how we go to the market, I would say, one, it comes down to quality of the underlying product. There, I think the risk of failure is very, very minimal because we're co-developing it with IBM, and therefore we'll ensure that it meets their internal technical standards.
So the CEO says this verbatim: I think the risk of failure is very, very minimal because we're co-developing it with IBM. So I'm guessing he's just referring to the DApp Prove AI because they left Casper Network.
And the second thing, which is really exciting, is myself, Ross, Michael Doback, someone who's working with us, a gentleman named Jim Drill, are all meeting with senior members of IBM early next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, It's obviously positive, right? Anything that is posted onto the main chain, the public chain, will require CSPR to pay for underlying gas fees. And so, the amount of transactions that could hit the network could be incredibly large. If you think about it, AI systems change context very, very often. But anytime a context switch occurs, that's all logged on the Casper blockchain, because logging it allows you to do three things that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. One is auditable and certifiable end-to-end data integrity.
So those are clips from the CEO himself this year saying that there will be logged transactions on Casper's blockchain with this AI use case called Prove AI. And yeah, I'm the idiot that shared all of this actually believing it. I have 1 or 2 minutes left of different clips. This is Anthony Scaramucci over at Skybridge. Remember the news a while back with CasperLabs and Al Mascari partnering with CasperLabs. And what's weird is I couldn't find the original write-up with quotes from Anthony Scaramucci talking about CasperLabs, $3.5 billion, I believe, AUM. So I did find screenshots on my phone. I know I've done videos over this, so I'm going to attach the screenshots to this video just so you guys can read what Anthony Scaramucci said or what the CasperLabs blog said. Maybe that article is still out there, but I wasn't able to find it.
Condor release, what we're going to do really is we're going to create a mechanism where we can really stabilize what the underlying cost of computation is going to look like on the Casper network. So it's still going to use the token, and all of that's going to work the same as it does today in the background. But what it'll enable validators and other people to do is just quote a fiat price. Basically, similar to AWS, you can just quote a price and just say, okay, this is what a smart contract deployment on Casper will cost per transaction, and we can just quote it in a simple, straightforward price, which will be much less.
One or two big corporations away from really having a breakout, though, right?
That's right. Yeah. Once a cat's out of the bag, and there's a real use case out there where people see, okay, X company saved this much money because they shifted to this technology.
Nobody got
everyone wants
no house got sucked into the Wizard of Oz tornado. Nobody got hurt. Services were better, right? Technology always works when the services are better and the costs are cheaper.
Oh, nobody got hurt? Yeah, retail did.
Services are better, costs are cheaper, and you don't even know it's there.
Right.
We all used AWS today, even if we didn't know it. You watched a YouTube video, either AWS, IBM Cloud, Google Cloud, something served that to you.
So anyways, guys, I wanted to show a few of these clips. I know there's a bunch out there, and I know this doesn't validate anything whatsoever. Just wanted to share these, and my mental health hasn't been great over the past few years, and this year has been freaking icing on the cake in both my personal life and then especially with Casper recently. But really since January, so just wanted to share a few of the many clips on why I foolishly believed in Casper's vision. I've shared a bunch of these clips before. I've parroted these talking points from the CEO, and it doesn't feel good. So I'll always remember this feeling. I never expect or ask people to forget the past, and I'm not asking for forgiveness, pity, or any reassurance of any kind for anybody that's upset with me for discussing Casper all these years. I definitely deserve some of it, and I have to live with the consequences. And I'm also not asking anyone to comment and say, oh, it's okay, man, it's not your fault. I appreciate the gesture, but I also believe in accountability to some degree. I know I can't predict the market, I can't predict the domino effect of this past year for Casper, but I will be and I have been really hard on myself behind the scenes, so believe that. So unfortunately, I can't change the past or the mistakes that I've made, I can't control what the market does, but I can change the future based on my actions right now, and I'm trying to constructively use all of these mistakes as lessons to provide better value and information in the future. To me, that seems like a better option than feeling sorry for myself forever, so I just wanted to rant one last time about this. Being in the crypto space for years, I think about the best case and the worst case scenarios all the time because anything's possible. For example, what if XRP went to zero? I'd be heartbroken, I'd lose money, I'd likely be hated by tons of people for covering XRP all these years, even in a multi-year lawsuit. With tons of bad news, tons of hiccups, tons of drama, tons of speculation, and out of all of those things, what hurts most is disappointing my following, and that's how I feel about Casper today. So for the few that have watched all of my videos this year or even the past 2 to 3 months, you know my thoughts on all of this with Casper. I've expressed frustration with myself and CasperLabs and a bunch of concerns for a while. I never thought IPOE wouldn't launch and would go bankrupt before they're actually set to go live. I didn't think all the conferences and the webinars and the demos they did with IBM even years ago with bonds were all talk, and I never thought that CasperLabs and the CEO who's put out information saying that he will be with CasperLabs regardless, would ever abandon the chain that they preach so long for. A bunch of interviews of him highlighting the hybrid nature and modular architecture and why Casper Network is the best chain for enterprise utility. So it's a giant slap to the face for everyone. I'm a complete idiot for not only believing them, but sharing this information with my volatile opinions going through the ups and downs in this market. So I am sorry to everybody out there. I see tons of comments from people about things I said in 2021 or 2023, and that was a completely different market back then. And a lot of people that probably stopped watching me on YouTube in January when I made one last big tweet about Casper and my concerns. You know, I was told I was fudding Casper, all types of things. So since then, I haven't done many big write-up tweets about Casper because so much has changed. The last thing I ever expected was for CasperLabs to leave their own chain in the snakiest way possible. I haven't posted on my Instagram since last year, besides last month when my cat died. I stopped asking my editor to make YouTube shorts. The market's not doing anything. I'm not on TikTok telling people which coin to buy, etc. My energy and mental health right now is just low. Bitcoin has been ranging for 7 months, and we either get another big bull run if we get a type of traditional 4-year cycle and rhyme, or we don't. I also noticed that people watched the previous video just going through the Prove AI, bad news, but there are way less views on other videos where I went through all of my concerns for Casper and shared my frustrations. I'll be reflecting a lot on what happened and have many sleepless nights, and if you ever think I come on YouTube every day in a good mood, I promise you I don't, especially this year. I'm the definition of beaten down, but whining about it on Twitter or in daily YouTube videos isn't going to do a thing. Just wanted to vent a little bit today, and I still try to show up and share information in every video, even if I'm really going to be pulling back on my stupid opinions going forward. So it's definitely a terrible feeling to have publicly believed Casper for so long, hurt those that watch me, and get a bunch of questions from people that don't watch my videos, which I get. Nobody has time for it. And this is all while simultaneously seeing comments of people thinking I'm the one that knew this all along, or I'm some evil supervillain walking away and laughing about this. People are crazy. So yes, I want to blame somebody during these times. I want to blame CasperLabs. I want to blame myself. I knew the risks. I just didn't think it would happen with Casper because I was blinded by my research. And if you're one of those people on Twitter saying that I walked away with any type of profit in Casper this year, you're a complete idiot. I explained all of this in previous videos. People are angry, and rightfully so. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I say something, it starts arguments or accusations. If I don't say anything and I'm silent, people assume the worst. And obviously adults in this space know it's just a game of odds. When you cover an asset and it goes up in a trending market, people think you're a genius. When you cover an asset that crashes, people hate you. And at the end of the day, I am just another speculator guessing. A big problem in this space is that the people that are most upset invest more than they're willing to lose, and I'm guilty of this at times too. And those are the times I'm most angry because I was emotionally tied to my holdings, and it's not fun. So to anybody that's watching, you can hate me, you can say whatever you want to say, but nothing said by anybody else or made up lies about me is going to hurt me more than my own thoughts. So I know there are many viewers that don't personally know me, but I take this seriously and I want to have a positive impact in the world. If I'm not making people's lives better with good information, I'm wasting my time. So I know I've ranted about this in previous videos, but I'm not sure that everybody watched those, so just wanted to attempt to do one last rant and try to move forward from this. We'll finish up with tweets that I see like this from Nick. All Casper held by CasperLabs now Prove AI should be airdropped to Casper holders, and it shouldn't even be a debate. I believe Kevin Cage was the first one to assume that the team behind CasperLabs has been selling Casper all along. That's false, knowing they were going to abandon Casper. So I can't tell if this is a discussion or if he's actually trying to gaslight me, saying that I knew this all along. So first up, I wasn't the first person to assume that. I talked about concerns reading different tweets on Twitter and different accounts posting transactions on CSPR.live saying that CasperLabs was dumping. I was never able to actually confirm that, so I was just speculating and talking about concerns. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. But anyways, guys, I know I'm just talking in circles, just wanted to do this video. I know it doesn't make a difference right now, but I am sorry for everything.